So next on the hit list then is the anti-roll, rear anti-roll bar. 4 nuts holding this on to this side, to the other. Yeah, what concerns me is the studs, or the bolts, are captive into a bracket which is welded to the car. So if these shear off, during the removal process, I'm in for a bit of a world of pain to fix that. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I've sprayed them down, as you can see they're dripping in GT85 I think these are, and I'm going to go very gingerly undo, tighten until I get them off. Let's see how this goes. I thought I'd get you on the tripod for this one so you can actually watch. 13mm possibly. Oh, that sounds crusty, doesn't it? Right, yeah. I think they're 13s, can't tell at the moment. They're great. Doesn't look like. I'm going to get the socket on here. Oh, I might, if I can get this bracket off. There's a bracket here which is holding the ABS sensor cable. I can get him out of the way and then I can get the socket on. So there she goes, look at that, nice. There's a little retaining tab on the bottom, not sure if you're seeing this. A little retaining tab, just squeeze it and that just pulled off as you saw. Hopefully now, yeah, I can get the socket on. Right, and I can confirm that is a 13. So, gingerly try, let's see what that feels like. Bloody hell. I don't like the sound, the feel of this. Ooh, something's moving. Just try and tighten it up. Right, she is moving. That's nice. So, what I suggest you do on a nut like this is do him a few turns, feel him, and then back him off again. And then also add some lube to the threads. But also what's important here is the friction now is going to make this really hot as you undo it. These, sometimes I've spun these off, especially if you use impacts, and the nuts can be so hot you can't actually touch them. And heat is your enemy here. Heat can cause the bolt to shear, so have a bit of a rest, let them cool down and just take your time. I wouldn't normally nance around too much with getting fixings off because normally you can just replace them, but in this case, like I say, the screw part of this one is welded into that bracket and I just don't want to lose him. See the end of that, it's a bit crusty, so again crust off him. I must admit this one looks worse than the one behind. Looking for the lubrication spray. You just sit there, back, oh there it is. I need to get some, what am I using here? Yeah, GT85, not a sponsor. Get some of that in. Right, while that side's sitting there, I think I'm going to have a go at the other side. Could do a hammer to hammer the socket on. It's quite a rusty fit. I'll grab one. I know every tool's got a hammer sight. The only tool I've got handy is my wrench. I don't really want to use that one as a hammer. Right, let's see what this one feels like. I can't tell you how fast this car is going to be once it's restored, because it's going to be so much lighter once all the rust has fallen off it. It's going to be half the car it was. Something's moving. Hopefully we're not shearing the bolt. Sometimes they lead you into a full sense of security. You think, yeah, that's moving, and then half a turn later you got a broken bolt in your hand. That's coming off. This side feels a lot smoother, the threads were better. Right, so we've got a lot of dirt in the threads again, so clean them off. The wire brush, a bit more release. The PTFE, that one apparently. Back on this one. Feels really good now. Spray some in behind it so it runs down into the nut. Starting to get tough again, so I'm going to tighten him. Basically using the nut like a thread chaser, or as a die as we call them in the UK. Send them all the way back up. Ow! That was my thumb jabbed into the subframe mount. Again, going for a clean. Once I get all this bracket and all this rubber bush and the roll bar out of the way, I will probably run a die down the threads to clean them up. Key here is take your time. Wish that wasn't flapping around in the wind. We don't like noises like that. I think that was just the socket loosening. Right, spin him up a bit more. Which is where most of the corrosion was. Yeah, the front one is off. I'm not sure if I call it the back one just now, but that's the one close to the front of the car. The back one for you guys. Yeah, she's off. Nice. Yeah, that is hot. That is quite hot. Let's see if we can get this one off now. Feels alright. Famous last one. And again, if it broke now, it wouldn't be too bad because there's enough, depending on where it broke, there's enough stud to get a nut on. That's coming off, that's off. Yeah, there she blows, look at that. I can tell you, again, how that is very hot. So even just that little bit of friction really cooked him up. There she is, look at that. So yeah, once all this bracket and roll bars out of the way, I shall just freshen them up with a die and that'll be good to go. Cool. I'll get you back on in a second once I've loosened the other side, no point showing you that, and we'll drop the roll bar off and have a look at him. Right, just going to take this side, the other side's off. Oh yeah, no doubt, away she's come. As you can see, the bolts are not too bad. The studs, whatever they are, the weld nuts, bolts, weld bolts. Cleaning inside is going to be a pain later. Obviously I can't take that bracket off. I'll have to clean in there as best I can and fill it up with wax oil to protect it, and then just keep my eye on it periodically. Yeah, in the meantime I'm going to hang the bracket back on here, put the fixings back so I know where they are. Put that little plastic clip on there as well because that's where he lives. And put that one on there. Right, so that's the anti-roll off. That's the back of the car pretty much ready for a bit of a clean off and a derust session. Those lines, let me get you off the tripod or so you can see where I am. Right, the other day I was talking about these lines I could see coming down through. Where are they? Going up there. They are brake lines, they come around the back of the subframe. And yeah, those are brake lines, so I should probably unclip them, drop them a bit so I can work behind them. Probably won't take them off the car unless I can find a fitting, but I think they probably go all the way to the front. So yeah, and then the two this side are fuel lines, as I said earlier. So right, next job is going to be probably clearing out back some of this crap from the wheel arch and try and get this wheel arch back to paint so we can see what sort of rust we got going on there. Right, so I'll catch you soon. Thanks for watching.